Greetings and welcome back, blade lovers, and perhaps Kunwu knife lovers. Hey, this is my first Kunwu knife, and man, have I been hiding under a rock. This is interesting and amazingly built and kind of right in my wheelhouse. I think I've seen them in the past. They looked like a few knives I'd seen blade contour-wise and profile-wise to some of the custom knife factory offerings. I think the Rotten, whatever the rest of the name of that knife is, that I can't afford. Anyway, Kunwu, here's the box. Let's take a look. And I know we got a label here somewhere, or maybe we don't. No, there's no outer label with the name, but we'll get to that in a moment. But I want to show you what's packed in the box because you get a lot. You get your requisite Kunwu microfiber cloth, of course. You get the plastic sleeve the knife was in when I first unpacked it. You get a nice card from Kunwu and your certificate of authenticity. And, you know, these are some of the better stickers I've seen from Chinese knife makers. I like the art. You know, it isn't just that kind of silly cartoonish looking stuff, avatar looking stuff. I like that. The samurai horse, it looks like, wild horse. The dragon, great artwork on that. 2 spare Omega springs. So we're getting to what we're going to see inside here. And believe it or not a cheap pouch. There's the knife, of course, but a lined pouch, which I haven't seen before. Higher quality for sure. You can keep the knife in there. There is no zippered pouch, so you get the drawstring pouch instead. And there is the X-Padre. It is a follow-on to the Padre, which was a frame lock knife. Comes in several versions, and I opted from White Mountain Knives for the diamond textured, really beautiful diamond milled pattern on this titanium handle. Let's see if maybe I can get out just a little bit more. Okay, I think that'll do it. Had a guy complain once that my camera angle, he hated my camera angle. I don't think he was referring to the angle. I don't know what he wanted, but you know, get a lot of little complaints here and there of people's preferences. Anyway, constructive criticism is always welcomed on my channel. But if you're just a whiner and a complainer, go away, please. I don't have the time. This is a really beautiful, and I would say well-made. Open it with 2 hands just so you can see that it's got a really nice, and it's already picking up fingerprints, satin finish blade. They do come in a bead blast as well, and they do come in a black finish, and they come in a black satin as well, I think. Anyway, I liked this combo. The X part means this is their X lock. I'm not sure if that's the full name of it or not, but it is basically a bar lock, hence the Omega springs that you saw earlier. Pull back and it drops beautifully. And as with most bar locking knives, it's got a bit of a mushy, I think somebody complained once that they didn't like a knife because it was mushy and it was a bar lock. Well, I would say most, if not all, of the bar locks I've run into have that sort of action. There is no real detent, right? You got constant pressure from the Omega springs holding the blade in so that, I mean, you could shake it out if you used a lot of force. I'm not going to try. And I got to adjust the light. It keeps bumping into my arm here. Yeah, that's better. But we've only got the opening hole here, which is beautiful for rolling it out, easy. I would say the tension, though, is just right. It's a good firm tension. It's not going to open accidentally, I don't think, in your pocket. It's got a really nice clip with nice ramp going in and out about equal in and out angle on that. It slid in and out of my pocket quite easily, and I wear a thicker sort of off-grid shorts and pants that have that welt that protects your pocket from the carry of knives such as this. It's fairly deep carry for a titanium clip. You know, that's pretty far down. 2 screws. It is unfortunately, I was going to say unfortunately, it does look like it's transferable because it's a surface riding clip. I can't really tell because, sorry folks, I have not removed the clip, but I am saying 90% sure, 85% sure maybe, that you can switch that clip to the left side, okay? Leave it at that. If I'm wrong, let me know if you've got one. Kind of built into the pommel here, lanyard hole. Nice. And there's enough sticking out there to where, you know, it can be used as kind of a persuader or even maybe a glass breaker. You can easily middle finger flick it. And I find closing it is a little easier if I pull back on both and it swings right in there. My fingers aren't in the way when I do that, and it's just a thing of beauty. Love the blade. Real tall blade with a deep belly and this little hooking sort of Bowie-esque point at the end. Very pointy, very piercy for a very tall blade. I'm going to pull out the tape measure and we're going to take a look at this puppy. Get a little more light on it there. Had to move the lights around for something else, another project. So kind of getting them back into place as I do this. 8.15 overall length. Blade 3.4-ish. Cutting edge because of the choil, like 3.2. Best guesstimates. And thicknesses. Handle pretty thin. 0.55, not bad. Blade thickness, 0.13. And in millimeters, 3.3. So you do get a slicey blade because it isn't coming up around 4 millimeters. It could, with the kind of heavyweight industrial feel of this knife. Let's see how much it weighs. And yeah, it's up there. It's coming up on 6 ounces, so it's 5.72, we'll call that. Didn't mention the steel. The steel is Elmax. Thought so. I just been doing so many knives lately. It's been like doing a couple reviews a day because of the number of blades coming in, either my own purchases or ones that have been sent for review by the manufacturer. That is not the case with this one. This was purchased from White Mountain Knives, where, here's my plug for my discount code, Old Sword, that's my previous channel name, or OG-Blade will get you 10% off. So this guy's coming in somewhere around $260, I think, so you'd get $26 off. And that's not too bad. Makes it a little less painful. White Mountain delivers very quickly, free shipping. They do not charge tax. Your state may or may not like that, but that's up to you as to claiming tax on it later on at the end of the year. These 2 fingers fit here perfectly if you make use of the front choil, and you get lots sticking out there. And even if you were to come back on the handle, you got about 1 inch left over, and I got about 1 inch left over on my medium large hands. Adjustable pivot, looks like a T8, and looks like we've got it looks like T8s on the clip too, which is a good thing. Nice backspacer here, about a little less than a half backspacer. Guess it's closer to a third. Ribbed, very nicely done. And I've got the Padre XL coming in too, which is a longer knife, up around like a 3.8-inch blade. And that's like a big spear point, drop point blade. But I do really like this blade shape for looks, if nothing else, you know. High flat grind, and if I can find a piece of paper over on the side here, we'll try the sharpness. What the heck? See what we got. Oh, wow, is that smooth? Oh, man. Effortless. That is just effortless. That is beautiful. Oh, I love it when they do that. And again, that's paper, you know. So if you're cutting roast beef or something like that, or prepping vegetables, you may have a different experience, but I would say it's probably going to just walk through those as well. My compare knife today is something came out recently from Maxace that I thought was fairly similar. It is the Orion by Maxace in MagnaCut. One of the reasons that I was compelled to buy it. It's about an inch longer overall, and it's got about a half-inch longer blade, roughly. It is a frame lock, beautifully done, blue hardware, light blue. When I say hardware, I mean the backspacer, full backspacer, milled titanium, and the clip, same color. Yeah, I kind of like to vary it every now and then. Full thumb ramp on this. You can reach your thumb way out there, and a Bowie clip sort of a blade. So here we've got kind of a hint of a Bowie going on there with a very tall blade. I mean, much taller than on the Orion. And Orion, we've got a little more length, but we've still got a high grind. Still also a blazingly sharp blade. So that's my compare. And while we're at it, since I usually have it off to the side here, is the Rat 1 from Ontario. So a good inch longer, again, about the same length as the Orion, roughly. And a blade, interesting. Depends upon where we go here. Yeah, the blade's about a half-inch longer. And then again, you know, I mean, that's all a very relative thing, too, because here we've got a pretty good length blade, but, you know, you choke up here, you can see that the cutting edge is obviously a little less. One more compare for the heck of it, since it's nearby in the pocket. How about Microtech MSI, my daily carry? And yeah, they're even at the pommel, and you can see we got at least an inch and a half longer overall, and about half to 3/4 of an inch longer on the blade. It's just about a 4-inch bladed knife, the MSI, I think like a 3/8, 3/9, something like that. They do a good job here. I mean, you've got nicely chamfered. It's interesting, I just noticed this. If I put my finger here in the opening hole, I feel a little more drag. What they did here, they chamfered it just a little bit. They put like a step down here when you get into the forward area, if you want to call it that. Beautiful smooth action though. I mean, if all you did was thumb roll it out, you'd love this knife. And of course you can middle finger flick it. And of course, being a bar lock, you could do that, right? So, very easy. We've got a nice stop pin here. We've got a very decent demarcation here. I'm losing the terminology. Sorry about that. Anyway, you've got lots of meat to sharpen this with, because you can bring it right up to the choil. Plunge grind. Plunge grind, look out. Plunge grind is excellent on this, I think. I'm not an expert on plunge grinds. A lot of knife owners and users obsess over plunge grinds, and I'm not going to. I think this is certainly doing the job. Pretty fine point. Not paper thin at all, but you've got, you're going to have to bring it way up here to about, maybe 60 degrees or so, something like that, maybe 70 degrees in order to get to that point. But you've got a hell of a belly for slicing. Beautiful knife. Well done. Stay tuned for my Padre XL, which will also have the same locking system, the bar lock. And I hope you enjoy that review as well. Don't forget to give this vid a like and subscribe. OG Blades signing off. See you soon.